Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Sewing Machine Heaven proudly presents the Jones 1890s hand crank sewing machine. Now, I just got this the other day, and this machine is just absolutely amazing. It did get a little tiny bit of damage in the shipping, though. I might want to mention that because I didn't notice it right away, but I guess the back hinge was loose and I got a little splinter of wood coming up here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little splinter there, there's a splinter there, and there's a couple little pieces that actually broke off inside. So I've got to try to, I don't know, do something with that. I'm not sure what yet, but I'm going to be very careful lifting and setting that down. But yeah, this is it. 1890s Jones hand crank. It's got the key, it's got some attachments, it's got the box over here. Let me grab the box real quick. The case is pretty cool too. It has these little rosette corners on there, these little side deals on there, which are pretty cool, and the box is in really nice shape. It's got some copies of the manual, the original manual, and yeah, it's in great shape. The decals on this thing, I got to give you a close-up. I mean, this thing is just absolutely, I must apologize for my light, but my focus is probably a little off here. That's there, that might be better. But the decals and the details, see, there's the little damage that I was talking about, the little splinter of wood. But the decals on it, there's a tiny little bit right there missing, and I have to put my glasses on to really, and there's a little piece right there on the tip of that that's missing. Now, other than that, the decals are almost, I mean, I can't, there might be a little tiny bit missing there. Is that? I don't know. But it is just an utterly beautiful machine. And it's got the bobbin plates in it. And oh yeah, even the back is very, very ornately decorated, and has all the decals on that. All the edge is very nice. Got tiny little chips in it, which are minuscule for something of this age. And all the hand crank and everything, it's a real wooden handled actual hand crank, not one of the Chinese aftermarket stamped out ones. This is the, that's what a real hand crank handle looks like on an old machine. It's a cast piece, not a stamped out steel chrome piece, and it locks in with a little spring clip screw there that pops up and locks in the handle, and it turns so easily and sews so great. And it's got a lever on here which is forward and reverse in your stitch size. So you put it down, it goes in reverse. You put it up, it lengthens or shortens your stitch and makes it go forward. So it's got little oil holes on it, and they're marked. Well, at least that one is. And yeah, it's just absolutely the most beautiful machine I've got. So let's see it sew. So let's see it sew. Alright, we're gonna crank this up here. I think it's already got our bobbin thread up. That's the red thread. We're gonna, yeah, there's our white thread. Got that trailing back there. Got some more thread hanging off my hand. Put this thing down. Let's listen. Now, there's a little thunder outside. I'm gonna be as quiet as I can. Let me scooch this up a little bit closer here, so you can really see this thing. Okay, we got our thread, we got everything. Here we go. it's not because it doesn't have a motor. Well, it is because it doesn't have a motor, but it's such a great stitch too. See, there's a small stitch, there's the big stitch. And then if you want to go in reverse, you just crank it all the way down, and there she goes in reverse. Back forward, that locks your stitch in. Oops, I turned it back a little too far. And yeah, it's just amazingly easy and quiet and smooth, and the control is just, look at it, it's got perfect stitches too. I didn't even adjust this or anything. I just threw this bobbin of thread on there, and the thread tension seems kind of light, but it just sews so nice. It's kind of some old thread, but man, just amazing to sew on. I see why people fall in love with these things. They are just, let me put her up in forward drive there. It is just, and I can see getting a little bit of arm strain doing this, but it's really not that bad. It's just amazing. This thing's 110 years old. 2 lifetimes or more. More than 2 of my lifetimes. I mean, it's just, it amazes me. It really does. And the condition of it is just so good. I'm very happy with it, even with the little bit of damage that came through the shipping. Thank you, United Parcel Service, or not U.S. Postal Service, not parcel, not UPS, Postal Service. Yeah, so again, man, most beautiful machine I've ever owned. Absolutely. Oh. That's a real hand crank, not no aftermarket thing. So you can disengage the hand crank like that and put the treadle on there and that belt right there, and that's a great big, man, what is the diameter of that wheel? I haven't measured it, but it's pretty big. It's a good sized little wheel. Nice flywheel on there. That's what makes it nice and smooth. Jones 1890s hand cranker.